Hey, what's going on YouTube? So today I'll be doing an unboxing and an overview for Zotac GTX 1060. So let's go and get started. So let's go over the box first. This particular model is 6 gigs with again the Empedition card, which is kind of features 2 fan instead of just a regular. The mini version actually offers just a basic single fan. I'm using my phone to record this, so I'm not sure how stable the video is going to be, but I'll try my best. That's kind of what it has in the back. You can pause the video and take a look at it. And let's go ahead and open it. So a couple of things that it does have is you can see, of course, like I said, it's got a 6 gigs GDDR5 RAM or GRAM, and then you got Ice Storm cooler, which is what they call their cooler, and then you got Freeze Tech, which is essentially what it does is disable the fans or turns off the fan during the idle, as well as in low gaming environment where it's not using a lot of power and it's not generating a crazy amount of heat, that it needs to keep the fan on. So that's a couple of things that it does, which is pretty nice. It has a base clock of 1556 and the boost clock of 1771, which is actually pretty awesome for a card like this. And I'm actually building this computer as a budget build, around $500. So the total cost of the build is going to be around I want to say 535 or something like that. It's roughly around 530 with an Intel Core i3 7100 CPU. So let's see if I can open it with one hand. Might be a little bit more difficult. There we go. Flip it on this side. And there we go. Let's go and get all the garbage out of the way. So you got a graphics card, drivers, and installation disk. And then you also have the case badge if you do want to go for it. It's actually a pretty nice looking badge, but I still probably wouldn't put that on my case. You got installation guide, so if you've never installed a graphics card, you know how to do so using this guide. And then more advertising. Oh no, this is actually basically saying the cooler and everything else that it has to offer. So just actually pretty cool. So let's keep that on the side. If we remove the GPU, the one thing we get is from Molex to 6-pin. So basically you got 2 Molex to 6-pin, but honestly, get a power supply, probably around 500 watts power supply, and that should get the work done, and that's going to have enough power to power this particular GPU, especially with something like an i3. But definitely get a good power supply that actually already has 6-pin or 8-pin, so you don't run into much of an issue. Let's see, let's go and open this out of the static bag or anti-static bag, and let's see, do this by one hand, maybe. Do this, and then here. So that's his GPU right there. It's got a nice big copper heat pipes. Looks like these are probably about 6 millimeters, which is pretty cool for this type of card. Again, this is 1060. It's really not gonna get that warm, and especially with this particular cooler. I mean, that's fairly beast of a cooler for GTX 1060. So again, you should be all right. So you can see all the pads and everything underneath for, looks like a VRAM or GRAM, I should say. Right underneath there. Again, those heat pipes. And then if we look at in the back, what we have is we got 3 display port out, you got HDMI and a DVI. So it's fairly standard. It's basically going to cover pretty much anything that you would like. So that's that. You got Zotac logo right on top of it. That's where your 6-pin goes. And then on the back side, that's all the information. I mean, again, one thing that I don't like is they don't have a back plate. But most of the 1060 don't really have a back plate. So what can you do? Other than that, I mean, it's a really nice card, really fast card to play pretty much anything in terms of Overwatch on epic settings, the highest settings that's available, to anything pretty much. And you know, with pairing with an i3, I think it's a good choice. If you guys have any question, please feel free to comment down below. Thank you, and you have a good one.